when you do that hair transplant, apparently you can't take any TRT or any kind of testosterone, or it will mess up the procedure. So he couldn't train. So that's why he wouldn't be available until 2026, right?
So apparently, the main reason why Denis Cyplenkov isn't competing is because he cannot take steroids. He has already done both his hair transplants, and now during the recovery phase, he has to stay away from testosterone. While he's not used, he cannot train, and if he cannot train, there is no point in getting on the table. I mean, I get it that since you have been juiced up throughout your life, now you cannot all of a sudden start competing natural. It's not a possibility. But not even training when you're not on testosterone, that's a little bit weird. Not saying that Dennis isn't doing anything at all. We see him on the table every now and then, but that's not enough to keep him at a baseline shape from where he can top up the juice levels and compete in the next couple of months. I think he would need more time than that.
He may not look like he's in great shape right now because he's not able to really do much. He's not able to take certain things that he would normally need to take.
And maybe a similar reason was one of the causes of the cancellation of the Morozov versus Devon left arm match. Artem clearly told us, he was told by the doctors that he has to stop taking testosterone because he wants to have a baby. And maybe because of that, Morozov was saying that he will not be in his best shape to face Devon. And when the league heard that, they cancelled the match. Armatura news, which many channels discussed, I also discussed, where Dennis apparently, I did use the word apparently, this news is not confirmed. Dennis did say that, as per that article, that no one from East versus West has contacted him, and this is fake news. He will not arm wrestle against Devon. He is in no shape to compete. So, some of the things mentioned here are in fact true. He's not going to compete anytime soon, he's not training. But the things that East versus West never contacted him were apparently not true. And when Snezhania contacted the channel which put out this news, apparently it was Armatura Telegram channel. They have since took down the post.
News channel that said that he said some things like, "Hey, I've not been in contact with EDW. They never contact me." That's not true. Snezhana contacted the news and said, "Hey, what are you talking about? This is just not true." And then they took down the post.
Dennis has agreed to do a podcast for East versus West with Snezhania. He has also mentioned that he would like to compete at East versus West. And that is the reason why I said that the main reason why Dennis wasn't competing is because he cannot take steroids. Because he clearly said in the Body Mania video that he will not compete in a league of which Devon Larratt is a part. Devon is still a part of East versus West. How did he now agree? Why did he now agree to compete there? That's kind of confusing.
And I think he's in the process. I mean, that's happening or very soon to be happening, which means he can't train for even longer, which means we're looking at probably the end of 2026 now for him to come back.
Robert Baxter was openly talking about Dennis not being able to train because he cannot get on the juice. I mean, it's the truth. Everyone knows that. But as many people have pointed out, it's not something that you would like to hear, that the sponsors would like to hear, that the anti doping agencies would like to hear from the owner of a league. And another part where I think Robert should be more careful is that he didn't even know whether Dennis has already had his second hair transplant or not. He didn't even know whether they already knew about the second transplant or not. He thought Dennis planned to have only one transplant, but now he needed to get the second one, when in fact he already announced that he will have a couple of hair transplants. And the second one is already done. Everyone knows about it, but not Robert. I think he needs to hire someone who can give him daily arm wrestling updates, what's going on in the arm wrestling community. That would be a little beneficial to him. I'm going to leave you guys with a question. Do you think Dennis is going to compete this year, and against who? I would like to see him go up against Dave Chaffee in the 115 kg division. That must be a condition for Dennis from now on. Bro, you have to compete in 115. With the current progress that we are seeing from you, you are never going to compete for us and for yourself, because you cannot get juiced up enough, you cannot get strong enough to compete in the super heavyweight division. It is going to take you forever. and you're not planning to compete in the 115 where you can actually pull with just a couple of months of preparation. What are you doing, Dennis? Drop to 115, get in a good enough shape, challenge Dave Chaffee for the rematch. We would love to see that.